pop at the exact same time. And 6 Mutalisks versus, I would say, probably 4, maybe 6 Goliaths. We'll see how that goes. Mutalisk micro, again, 2 Ash Mutalisk. It's very important to have very good Mutalisk micro, so Hawk's relying on his Mutalisk to do a lot of damage. If not, he will be significantly behind in this game because the Terran player has a lot of SCVs, and he also has a good economy going, and mech is actually, the common counter to mech is pretty much Hydralisks and Mutalisks, nothing else really to it. So after, I don't think Hawk actually, he probably expects that he's going a mech play because of the initial factory into expansion, but he will know very shortly. And as you can see, these Mutalisks here, the mines actually have made the Mutalisks, well, the Terran player sees the Mutalisks, and I don't know if that's the wisest thing, killing the mine. I think it's better to just go directly for the Terran base. Either way, Mutalisk harass is about to come, and let's see how much damage it does.
Okay, I have 2 key things to note, which I just remembered. For one, there was a lot of lag in this game, and it did affect both players. So I won't say that it actually affected me more than him, because that's probably not true. And in the beginning, also, I didn't note this, even though I did it. My Overlord, which was to the left, I scouted with it because I saw he only had 1 Marine, so I couldn't shoot it down. And I saw that he was getting a command center, so I knew he was going 1 fact command center. So even though it's hard to like really show how I did that, I really do like scout all the time what he's doing. Like, I know that he's going mech right now. I know he's getting an expansion. Of course, right now that was a bit poor on my part. There's a lot of lag, so I couldn't, micro Mutalisks as well as usually I can. But I still take my 3rd when I'm microing. I kind of lose a Mutalisk there again and again, just because I just kind of go in just to see what he's doing, and then I'm like, well, I can't really shoot. I can't really, micro him that well with this lag, so I kind of just run out. Yeah, I guess it was a kind of mistake, but now I'm, getting some Hydralisks again, and this is a really key thing, with mech, is they have a very hard time transitioning their unit mixture, whereas Zerg, they can just transfer to Hydralisks to Mutalisks very, very quickly. Terran, if they have a lot of Goliaths, a Hydralisk heavy army will really destroy them quite fast, and it's just very good to keep on changing your unit mixture from heavy Mutalisks to heavy Hydralisks. Oh, and also get the Carapace upgrades for your Mutalisks and the +1 ranged upgrades for your Hydralisks against mech. CombaT can take it away now.
Yeah, and as you can see, he is massing up a large Goliath force. He's not just throwing his Goliaths out there in piecemeal, and this video is actually lagging quite a bit. I don't think it's the actual game. I think it's the YouTube video that's lagging. Either way, what do you call it? Yeah, so he is amassing up a lot of Goliaths, and sooner or later the Goliaths are going to do a lot of damage, and now he's ready. Yeah, there we go. He's ready to push out. Okay, here's going to be a huge battle in the game that's lagging, which is kind of really annoying, and I actually can't tell who's winning because it's lagging, but either way, the battle, okay, yeah, I think it's over now. And right now, as you can see, Hawk is backing off because he sees that there's way too many way too many Goliaths out there, and he's getting a better positioning to engage. And as you can see, yeah, both players microing pretty well. Again, too many Goliaths here, I think. So I don't know, it's pretty close actually. Both players, yeah, okay, he has to retreat because there's way too many Goliaths there, and the tanks, I don't know where the tanks were before. He actually needed at least 2 tanks in that army. Again, when you're going mech, you want at least 3-4 tanks and a lot of Goliaths in the mix. You can't have just massive Goliaths, or, well, it works out, but it doesn't work that well. And he is still pushing further and further, and Hawk's just backing off, waiting to get a bigger army. And once he gets that bigger army, then he's just gonna pounce on the Terran army. And mech kind of relies on one big push, and that big push, whether it usually either wins or loses the Terran the game, depending on who wins. And as you can see, here's a big battle going on, and only 1 tank, and this tank doesn't even have siege mode. So as you can see, the mass Hydras really exploit the weakness in this Terran mech army right here, because he needed way more, not way more, he needed at least 2 more tanks, and he needed siege mode along with that. So as you can see, Hawk takes that battle quite decisively, and that is a lot of turrets for Mutalisks that aren't even in the air. That's kind of not so smart. I wouldn't say stupid, but not so smart on the Terran's part. And this YouTube video is lagging quite a bit, but either way, we're going to commentate it. And as you can see, lots of Hydralisks, just because Hawk saw that he had very little tanks, at least he only had one tank, so he made massive Hydralisks. And again, Hydralisk, Mutalisk, a common counter, so both players kind of macroing up after that big battle, and nothing too exciting going on as of now.
It's actually quite interesting. Even though I won that battle, I'm actually, and I even knew this during the game, I was losing it by a lot because I cut a lot of my thirds saturation on from drones to get more Hydralisks out so I don't completely die. And that, low saturation in my third's going to really kill me later on because you really need a lot of drones early on to make that huge amount of units you need to fight their big push. And definitely on Destination, why I was so aggressive was, on Destination, once they completely take their third gas, at least a Terran that's meching, it is extremely difficult to win. And that is because once they take their third gas, which will be the bridge expansion, all they need to do is set up on the bridge, set up on their natural, and like just a tiny line between there, and just go to the ramp expansion, which is extremely easy to hold, and then go down to the Zerg's expansion, which you can see is mine on about 8 o'clock. And so a good Terran, once they take their third gas, it becomes extremely difficult on this map. So I was really trying to finish the game before he did that, and that's why I was being so aggressive. And it actually shows in this game how to really play to this map, how to really abuse those middle bridges and the ramp expansion and stuff. So you can definitely learn from that. And actually, the turrets are not that bad of an idea, because what he's doing is, instead of getting gas-intensive science vessel or a Valkyrie or two to really fight mass Mutalisks as a counter, he just makes tons of turrets and uses that extra gas he has on tons of Goliaths or tanks. So it's actually not that bad, because if you're going Goliaths and tanks, you're going to have excess minerals anyways. So it's definitely